So Mike James into the game for his first action since the round 21 outing against Fenerbahce. Keeps it himself, gives it to Mike James, down to the free throw line, initiates the contact. Mike James, 81% from the free throw line this season. So Mike James, take to the hole by Vanja Marinkovic to take him to 5 points in the game. Mike James, terrific footwork and then the elevation to get that finish right up around the rim. In a low post, beautiful spin move, goes up strong, initiates the contact. CSKA Moscow looking for their first bucket. So Mike James remains perfect from the free throw line, 4 out of 4 from the stripe in his 6-point total. Is Mike James fiddling with his gum shield, or is he? Yes, I think he is. Hermansen flowing freely from all over the court. That three-pointer counted quickly. Can't convert the free throw to complete the 4-point play. That's a tough bucket from Mike James. 11 points in the game now, looking for a step-back three, and he counters. Mike James almost single-handedly keeping CSKA Moscow within touching distance. Tough step-back three from Mike James. Keeps the ball himself, dashes down the lane. Bolomboy with a flip from the short corner, gets the shooter's roll. As Mike James gambles, picks the pocket, and races away for the uncontested layup. Vootman, Williams defending. Vootman used his dribble, shovel pass to James. Vootman catches the three-point shooter and strings it. CSKA back to within 5. Lots of feet appear to touch that ball. Mike James picked it up. And Mike James stringing the long-range J, looking for the ISO. Shovel pass down to Johannes Vootman, who calmly connects on the three-pointer. James pulling up for 3 from the wing and strings it. For the matchup zone being played by Valencia basket. Oh, beautiful cut down the lane, and what a find from the perimeter. So we see Antonov with the cut. And the feed from Mike James was right on the money. So Valencia basket leading by 4 as Mike James into the lane, wheels to the middle before turning back and going glass. Look at this. Shoulder fake, turning back baseline, Mike James. So James now guarded by Laborie. He's called for the ISO, crosses up Laborie, blows by him in an instant and gets to the goal, to the lane, and then the vision to feed out to the corner. Mike James exploiting the mismatch against Louis Laborie. 15 points in the game as the three-pointer is drained. Mike James handling the ball in a game that is deadlocked at 82. He drives into traffic, foul committed on the ground, both teams in the penalty. And a perfect trip to the free throw line. The best closers in the EuroLeague in possession of the pill. Being defended by Van Rossum. He pulls up, Van Rossum got a piece of it. And we are going to overtime. So the opening tip of the extra period, controlled. Gives it to James, Toby helping out. Recovers back to base, Mike James on the drive. Mike James calmly strokes the first and a perfect trip to the free throw line. Mike James pursued by Hermansen. Laborie helping out. Mike James, oh, what a feed and what a finish! As we take another look at the screen and roll that was punched home athletically by Joe Bolomboy. But Bolomboy, to force Vootman to bobble the basketball. Kalinic kicks back to the perimeter, but then Bojan Dublovic has turned it over. 31 points in the game for Mike James to lead all scorers, and he remains perfect from the free throw line, looking to receive the basketball. He's cutting hard. Instead, they go to Kabanov. Hackett trapped in the corner. Kabanov pushes it to Mike James. He fires from way beyond. Being forced middle by Hermansen. Fade away. Oh, big bucket from Mike James. 34 points. Van Rossum again, sliding his way to the holes. Loose on the offensive glass. Mike James in a 1-on-3 situation, but he pulls up off the dribble and he buries it. Mike James with 5 points in a row puts his team up by 2.